Ooh, yeah, the stream is on time. Oh yeah, the stream is on time. It's actually 8:59. So I am at the stream on time. Ba-da-da-da. At the stream on time. Alrighty then, let's see. Ba-ba-ba. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Alright, are you ready? Are you ready to get started? Good morning, good morning. It's the Last Minute Laura show. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Hi, everybody. Oh, it's just a hat that I knitted for myself. Oh, this old thing? It's just a hat I knitted. I'm just like, I knit hats sometimes. It's like a hobby of mine. JK, I know. I'm so sorry. It's just the way it is sometimes, guys. Hi, guys. Good morning. Welcome back. If you're new, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I have some plant stuff to show you today, which I'm very excited about. Considering it is November 17th, to have all of these coleus still succeeding, I have them under grow lights in my bedroom and in this room. But even though they are still alive, there's a lot of like dead plant stuff that I want to sort of take out because I've been noticing fungus gnats. So I want to do that before we get into our knitting project today, which, by the way, I started it without you. Look how cute this is. It's the sleeve of Alex's new sweater. I could have gone for green for the cuff, but I think the periwinkle is better. It's not periwinkle, it's more like purple, but I think it's a good vibe. I want it to be an all-season sweater rather than a Christmas sweater, and if I had gone green for the cuffs, I think it would have come off Christmassy because red and green. But that's neither here nor there now. We've gone with purple. We can always change it. I'm not frogging it, though. I refuse. All right, so look at that good boy. What a good boy you are, Toblerone. Okay, so before we get into anything knit stuff, I'm going to show you all my coleus. I'm going to trim back what I can. I'm going to pull off any dead leaves. And we're going to tidy up these pots. Also, yesterday we found plant vomit downstairs and thought it was Toby who had eaten something outside, some kind of grass or something. Nope, I found out it was actually Peekaboo and she had been eating one of my houseplants. So I've now moved the spider plant to a higher shelf. Are you knitting Alex's sweater? Yes, I am. I'm in the starting process to knit Alex's sweater. Okay, so this one looks more or less okay. I'm just gonna take off the damaged leaves. This doesn't have any bugs. All right. Let's see if this is gonna work for us. Ta-da! Come on, internet, you can do it. Deep breaths. Whatever, technically I still wasn't late. Ta-da! I have returned. And technically the internet is not dying on us. Hopefully the choppiness is going to subside now. Apologies, everyone. My internet and computer are occasionally a potato. I agree. Get out of here, Lagatha. Also, LOL, Lagatha. That's funny. I think I might cut this down a little. Just like, maybe to there. Get rid of everything that is not what I want. Yes, this may look very sad right now, but it's not going to. It's going back under grow lights. It's gonna look great. I don't know if it's going to look great. I hope it will. Hello and good morning. Hello, Town Equine. Hello, Heather Kaufman. Hello, Candace Matatal. Hello, Louisa. Hello, everybody. Nice to see ya. Yes, I'm working on Alex's sweater. That is, you are correct. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next plant. She's so cute. She's not doing great. I'm going to move this one down into the bedroom. This one's been living in the bedroom under a grow light. And I don't think these two are the same color because I don't think I kept very many of the same color. But we're going to see how this does under the downstairs grow light. This has been up here under a grow light, but the downstairs grow lights, I feel like they're just a better quality grow light. Like, look at this plant. This one has been, I'll show you what fungus gnats look like for those of you that aren't gardening indoors this winter. Do you see on the upper, there, that's a fungus gnat right there, that tiny, tiny little fly. That's a fungus gnat. Anywho, this, I'm going to take off the other side now. Anyway, this one is doing fantastically. I don't think I need to remove any leaves at all, but I'll show it to you up close because she's so pretty. Look at that pink. Is that not the prettiest? Also, look at the water in here because I'm bottom watering. Isn't that nice? So that's been under a grow light, entirely out of direct sunlight. Like, it's in our basement bedroom, which has windows. There's 3 windows in our bedroom, like one on 3 sides of the room, but the windows are like, they're basement windows. They're like window well sized windows. So there's no light for the plants coming in from those windows. So this is entirely grow light grown. And so far, everything is mostly looking pretty okay. I do have to remove dead leaves from things, and I have to kind of decide who needs to get chopped. But I don't really need to decide that today, so I can just remove dead leaves for now. There's a few of them that I feel pretty confident about cutting open, or cutting down rather, like this one. This one's obviously too tall. I thought I would be able to sustain it at this height, but I just don't think it's realistic. Also, it was under a grow light and I didn't notice, but it bloomed. Look. Little coleus blooms. So this one I'm going to chop back quite a bit. I think I want to chop it, like, back. Like, at least to here. But this has been done with a flower, which kind of screws us, because I have to remove the flower. And then I could chop back to, like, here. I don't think I need to put this in water for a cutting, but I'm not going to throw it out yet, because I can put it into a terrarium as a cutting. That could be cute. Okay, now this one I'm going to cut way back to where these little leaves are. It's just too tall. It's underneath something, and it has to be on the floor because of how tall it is. And I don't want it to be on the floor because the floor is supposed to be empty. So I just want to chop it back as far as I can without killing it so that it can get closer to the light by being on a shelf. How much farther could I cut it back? Do you think I could go farther without it fully dying for sure? Like, I really don't want to kill it, but I do want it to be shorter. It's too tall. But like the next grow point with leaves is way down here. Then the next one is way up here. So I could cut one more branch off. One more growth joint. Maybe I'll do that. And then I can put it close to the grow light to heal. Ugh. I wish Frida were here. She would know what to do. Okay, and then I think this one, even though this seems sacrilege, I'll do that. There we go. There. Now this coleus is virtually leafless, but not entirely. And I hope it will recover. Please recover, little friend. Thank you. Okay, now I have another big friend. This one is doing fantastically. I think this one is the healthiest of all of my coleus right now. As you can see, lots of my coleus plants have these little sticker things in them to collect. Here we go. Here's another good picture. Fungus gnats. There's one. So I put these little things inside of the pot, and then the fungus gnats fly around in the pot. They don't really go far from their home. Like, they don't fly around your plants really far, but they'll fly like a couple of inches above and around your plants. And thus, they required sticky traps. This one's looking very healthy though. It's got really good color. The shine on the leaves looks really good. No visible flowers at this moment, which is good to me. No threats of flowers either, I don't see. Oh, there's flowers coming here. Bye-bye. No flowers for you, but look at that beautiful, beautiful leaf. Look how healthy and colorful it is. It's because it's right underneath a grow light. Like literally the grow light touches some of the leaves. Excuse me. Good morning. And I pretty much exclusively crochet, but just started my first knitting project beyond the few scarves I made 10 years ago. I'm making a raglan sweater, and I'm shocked with how good it's going. I'm shocked with how good it's going. You haven't knitted except for a couple of scarves. You're doing a raglan, and it's going well. That's pretty cool. I tell you what. All right, I think this is good. I think I'll cut you. I don't think we need that many of you. Pretty much I'm just trying to cut off any flower buds because that's not what we're working on right now. Right now we're working on surviving winter. We don't need to make seeds, we just need to survive. And I'm also cutting off any leaves that look particularly sad or wilty or like there's any browning on them. I'm also going to remove any super large leaves that might be blocking light from the ones underneath. But this coleus is doing really well. These were all repotted in like, I feel like it was like the end of September, beginning of October, somewhere in there. So, I mean, based on that, if they're not dead yet, I feel pretty good, like they could make it. We've got this far into the winter. I'm pretty pleased. This one, I don't think this needs any haircuts. I could give it a haircut and then bring it downstairs. But it seems to be doing okay down here. Like, I don't feel like it really needs... Like, I could cut it short, like down here. But, like, those upper leaves are quite healthy. So I think I'm going to leave that until it has more going on. Here's another one. This one's been living upstairs. Again, I think I might transfer this one to downstairs. I think my grow lights that are downstairs are just stronger or closer to the plants. My upstairs grow lights, not so much. Okay, are you guys flowers? Yes, I see flowers trying to happen here. So, bye-bye. No flowers for us. We are not a winter flower household here. We are a summer flower household. Okay, are you watered already? Yes, okay. That one's done. Nothing major. Toby is currently guarding his food, by the way. That's why he's lying down facing out, because Peekaboo keeps trying to just see what's going on. Okay, so this is not a green, plain green coleus. This is green and white and yellow, and it's so pretty. But when winter came, it just started coming back entirely green, which is not like, it's not the end of my world. I don't think it'll be ugly if it stays just as a green coleus. I mean, it's better than nothing. I'll take anything in the wintertime. Give me anything that looks alive, and that makes me happy. Okay, did we already do you? They all look kind of the same when you look at them for too long. Okay, and then one last one here. This guy is tall, but not like... She could be thriving better. She's not thriving as much as I would like. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm going to cut her down a bunch. I think I'm going to cut her down to like all the way down. And we'll just... If you survive it, if you survive this insane haircut, then the odds were ever in your favor. And if you don't survive, then they were not. Oh my god, this one has hella fungus gnats. Look at how many fungus gnats are on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fungus gnats on one sticky trap. This is why we need those sticky traps. All right, I think that's it for my coleoleus. Are you needed? Do you need to be removed? Are you in the way? No, you're fine. Okay, so actually I changed my mind. I still want this one downstairs because it's so healthy and that makes me proud. So I would like to keep it that way. So this will live continued in our bedroom, which I like. Okay, I do want to get out my little terrarium and drop a couple of these cuttings in. Again, if they don't survive, we will all be okay. And if they do, then I mean, great. I have a begonia in there, a like 6-year-old monstera that just doesn't grow because it's in a tiny, tiny pot or a tiny, tiny terrarium. All right, this is flowers. We don't want anything that's gonna flower in our teeny tiny terrarium. How about you? How do you look? You're not bad. You could probably handle living in a terrarium. Let's cut off the lower 2 leaves. And then that's just 2 leaves now. And what I'll just do is I will just drop it in. And then I'll use the tips of my scissors to just move it over. Okay, no, I won't. I'll get a knitting needle because it's too small. Right, Beels? Right, Beelzebub? Oh, don't come for me. I'm just coming for a... Don't you say things to me. Who do you think you are? I'm just going to use my chopstick. It's not a chopstick, it's a knitting needle. To move this over and try and get it into... I should use the non-pointy side into the soil. And then I can just scoop a little soil so that it sits upright. Don't worry, I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Here, I'll make a little hole with my knitting needle. And then I can push the stem into the hole. Gorgina. Now I can pack it all in. Gorgeous. Okay, we don't need any more of these, right? That's silly. Putting these into a cutting container to root would be silly. I'm still gonna do it. Didn't ask you. Okay, I'm gonna put these all into water. Actually, no, I'm not putting that one, I'm brave and strong. And I'm not putting that one, I'm brave and strong. But I am putting these ones because I am weak. All right, throw the rest of those leaves out. Put my broken piece of glass, oops, back on my little jug. Put my lid back on my jug. Holds the piece of glass in place. Okay, ready? Here's my little terrarium. We got the coleus. We got a begonia, and we got the Monstera adansonii, and then we've got some oxalis. And these just live underneath the grow light. Oh my god, I should say very close to dropping that terrarium. Cool, gorgeous. Okay, and now, who doesn't need as much light? Look at this thing. Let's get all the dead leaves off of this while we're here. I mean, we're already here, right? Look at how big this thing is. She's doing great. I'm very proud of this oxalis. It had a very good growing period. Let's see. I'm also loving how much yarn it's using. I'm used to crochet just eating it up. I know. That's something I love about it too. I actually kept the balls of yarn for the hat out so I could show you how much yarn is still left because I thought it was going to use the entire sock weight ball of yarn because a sock ball is for one pair of socks, right? And in my head, I'm like, how big is a hat? It's bigger. It's probably twice as big as a pair of socks. That's what I thought. Or it's twice as big as a sock. So it would be enough for a pair, right? I don't know. How big is a hat in your head? To me, a hat seems bigger than a pair of socks. But alas, not if the hat is for me. It only uses one sock worth, apparently. Maybe they're tube socks. I'm just pulling off the dead leaves as quick as I can so that they don't accidentally pull the corm out with them. But I'm just pulling off all the sickly looking leaves. Okay. Okay. And all right. I think we got all of the, let's pull out all these flower stems. They are unnecessary right now because it's winter. There's no bees. You don't need to have all of that. I do love that the flowers pull off without accidentally pulling the whole corm out like the leaves sometimes do. All right. Dead flowers, dead leaves. Now we've got this oxalis who is looking very empty right now, but that's okay. She'll be fine. Look at all the leaves on her. She just needs a good sunny day. So we'll put her under the grow light. Everything needs to be under the grow light. How am I supposed to live my life if everything has to be under the grow light? How do I grow anything? You know what I mean? Jelly bean. I guess you'll just go on the table for now. Gorgeous. Luckily for us, there's another oxalis to pull all the dead things off of. Oxalis is a very dramatic plant. If you don't water it right when it wants you to, leaves are going to fall off of the plant. They are going to shrivel up and die because she's so dramatic. That being said, if you stopped watering your oxalis, every single leaf would shrivel up and die. And then if you just soaked that thing in water, all new leaves will come up. It's very hardy. I actually found out recently that someone in my neighborhood who I thought was putting oxalis corms in their yard every year in the spring, turns out they overwinter here. So I know they're perennial, they live forever in my pots, but I didn't realize they could overwinter here. Again, I know we have clover where I live, I know we have oxalis where I live, but it's not like this. It's not like the stuff that's grown at the greenhouse. So I just assumed this was a tropical plant that was not going to be able to be living outdoors. But turns out the purple one, I have a neighbor who has 50, 60 large plants in his front yard of Oxalis triangularis, the purple one, which is pretty sick. All right, I'm just gonna tuck that sticky thing back in. Removed all the dead leaves. Yes, it looks a little shabby, but that's okay. Everything looks shabby in the winter, didn't you know? Winter is a time for shabby plants. That's just what happens. Okay. All my plant garbage. Look at all that. I know it's in a plastic bag right now, but that garbage bag is completely empty other than plant stuff, so I'll just toss it outside after the stream. Oh, I'm gonna go toss these into a water container. Oops. So that they can grow roots, so that I can have more plants, because I don't have enough already. Aw. Wanna see something really cute? At least I think it's cute. Actually, we can plant these right now. I have a plant pot that the oxalis has virtually died, as you can see. So I'm gonna pull it out and we can transplant the oxalis cuttings into it. Come on out, honey. You didn't make it. I'm so sorry. You failed me. Okay, uno momento. Bien lento. Big time stop. Go. Hey. Okay. So I've just filled it with water. I'm going to show you how cute these roots look on this oxalis. So I have a little pot with water underneath it, a pot filled with dirt. Then I've got water underneath it so that it can just continue to soak up water. But I want to show you my oxalis. These have been in water for honestly a long time. But look, lots of them have made little rooties and they're ready to get potted back up. So I'll put this over here so you can see what I'm up to. And now my little light bulb what is this thing called? Vase. This little light bulb vase. I'll just tuck my coleus right in. And this sits in my kitchen window and doubles as decor because it's a little vase full of greenery by the window, which I think is very nice. Okay, so I've got some cute little oxalis. Some of them are doing really well, like they have even little baby plants coming off of them now. Some of them are just roots, but I'm pretty sure all of them can get planted now. They look pretty sturdy, pretty robust. Let me just pull out one that has some plant stuff happening. Look. Can you see it? Lots of root. So I'm just gonna take it, and these don't go very deep in the ground, but there are long roots on them, so I'm going to make my hole really deep so that the roots have lots of space down, and then the part that is where the leaf actually starts to come out, the new baby leaf, that's just barely getting covered. Ugh. One thing I hate about oxalis is since it's an individual leaf, it's so hard to like not kill it by accident. Oh my gosh, this one has a whole ass tuber. That's amazing. Look at that one. That's like a tuber root. Also, I say root, but I think it's very funny when there's people who say root, so I've started saying root because I think it's funnier. But the way I actually pronounce that word is root. But root to me just is a funnier pronunciation, and therefore that's what I'm gonna do when I feel like it, you know? Root. It's like roof. Up on the roof. The roof? It's 2 O's, dude. It's got 2 O's, therefore it's roo. Okay, we good. I'm just gonna get these good sized ones tucked in. These, guess where these are gonna go? You guessed it. Under a grow light. I think. I don't think I'm going to just leave them in the kitchen. I think these will go right under a light. Ooh, this one is pretty phenomenal. This one fully doesn't need me anymore. This one grew up without a mother figure, and she's just fine. Hello.
Hello.
I am gonna try and get you to be deep enough, huh? Without breaking that root. Hey Alex.
What?
Could you top off my coffee?
What's closed?
I don't know what he said. I heard I suppose, but then he walked away. So I think he probably said something to the effect of when I come back, but he didn't say when I come back because I would have understood those words. Maybe he did say I suppose. Alright, so this is pretty much good. It just needs to sit in this water for like probably the rest of the day just to make sure that the soil gets completely, totally, entirely saturated. Okay, I don't think this one will survive, but I'm gonna just plant it anyway because it probably has a better chance of surviving with its brothers and sisters versus just getting shoved back into the water. I feel like it would rather die with its siblings than alone with a bunch of coleus cuttings, you know? There's me going again and anthropomorphizing things. Laura, it's a clone leaf cutting of one of your plants. No, it's not. It's a person just like everybody else. Okay, here's my new purple ox. Here, hold on. Come on, you. Stay upright. Stay focused. Okay, here's my new purple oxalis plant. Here she is. Eventually, these will all start to put out more leaves. And she'll be gorgeous. And we can all be happy. Just a second. Let me put this by the window. Over by the window. And I'll open up the window. Get a little sunshine for all my babies. Here you go, Oxy. There you go. You just put some of these over there. So we got us a little more room over here. Ain't ya? Think that's a good idea? Put you over there. Beautiful. Absolutely lovely. You're gonna live in the basement. You're gonna live in the basement. You're gonna live in the basement. I think you can live up here. Are you healthy and strong? Not really. I think you'd be happier. Everybody would be happier in the basement except me. I don't want to live in the basement. I am an advocate that everywhere that rents apartments to people should have a way to select against basements. When I'm looking for apartments, I'm always looking for apartments. So when I'm looking for apartments for me and Alex, I'm always looking for 2 or 3 bedrooms because I work from home. So one of the bedrooms always is my office. So we need a bedroom for us and a bedroom for my office. Alex also works from home. So in a perfect world, we would have 3 bedrooms. I mean, God, in a perfect world, we'd have 4 bedrooms and one of them would be for the animals. But in a perfect world that is possible, I would love 3 bedrooms. But apparently every 3-bedroom apartment in Ontario is a basement. And I'm like, I don't want a basement apartment. Can't I just have a 3-bedroom? I want to live in a house, okay? I'm done living in apartment buildings. I've lived in so many. I've lived in many apartment buildings and I'm over it. I want to live in a house. But all of the houses are split into duplexes and triplexes in my area. So anyway, you didn't ask. You didn't ask, so that's what I'm telling you for. Okay, so I'm going to be knitting now. I'm working on a sweater for Alex. You can see the yarn behind me over here. What is in the foreground of the camera? Over here. I don't know what this is. Oh, you know what it is? It's my umbrella. Hold on. There. No need to look at that. Could you just go like this and like sploosh out some of it just so that there's more warm stuff? Thank you, sir. All right, let's see how this looks. Well, that's not what you asked to look at. Do you see these bruises on my arm? My niece? Well, no, this one's from getting blood work on Saturday. So I got blood work on Saturday, but look at the other bruises on my arm. There's 2 of them here. Do you see? There's this one and that one. These are both from my 8-month-old niece pinching my arm. Are you serious? The blood lady said she could not find a vein. Look, I can see them in the picture. You see the blood lady screwed around a little bit. But anyway, my niece, my 8-month-old niece did this. She pinches. She goes like this. And then she pinches and like twists with all her might. A total adorable jerk, if you ask me. Okay, so here's what my little sweater setup. I feel like I'm looking red today. Oh, I'm wearing red. I recognize that. But this whole side of my eye feels like it looks irritated. Alas, it's not. Okay, so let me just scooch a little this way, scooch a little like that. Don't you come over here, Pika. You leave us alone. Isn't this cute? I'm just going to keep it as a toy until it's Christmas time. Okay, so I'm making a red sweater for my partner. He is he's like an XL, 2XL, and the size I'm going to be going for is about a 2XL because I want it to be nice and like comfy. I don't want it to be too tight because it's like the drape of this won't look good tight. So right now I'm working on the first sleeve because the first sleeve was easy to construct in my mind. How I did it, I started with 38. I cast it on 38 with a long tail cast on. Then I joined my round and I did a knit, purl for 11 rows here. 11 rounds rather. Then I switched to my red yarn and I did knit 1, yarn over, knit 1 all the way around. So that's why there's these holes. So it went from 38 to 76. And then I think I did 6 rows. And then I added an additional 4 increases. So right now I have 80 stitches in my round. And I put it around Alex's arm, and there's more than enough room for his wrist. Like, his hand can go in and out of this easily, and it stretches. But also the sleeve is quite... It looks puffy, but it's not going to look puffy on him because I'm not doing any tapering to bring it in. So it's just going to, instead of being puffy, it's just going to be a wide sleeve. But isn't that yarn looking good? I'm just doing stockinette in the round. And you can see this color, to me, is similar enough to that one. You know, similar enough to that it fits, even though it's not technically the right color. It's actually not even the right thickness either. Oh, that's another thing I did. After I did my 5 rounds and increase, I switched to a larger size needle. I did 1 centimeter larger. So I went from, I guess I did 1 millimeter larger, not 1 centimeter. I went from 3.5 to 4.5 for my knitting needle size because I felt like the yarn looked it looked weird. Let's see, what about creek, right? The crick, down at the crick. Well, my brother and my dad both say crick, but it's become how they actually say it, but it started as just a joke, you know? So I think both my brother and dad would say the crick, but it's a joke, because we say creek here. Okay, Town Equine said, what did I miss here? 1 second. There we go. Said, my 3-year-old says potable and calls squirrels squirtles. And I told my husband we cannot correct her yet. It's too cute. So I've started saying them and I can't stop. Alex is not from Canada. He came here when he was 11 and he learned words later because he learned them from existing, not from like classes. Anyway, he says toboggan for a toboggan. Do you guys have toboggan as a word in the States, or do you only say sled? A toboggan is like a personal sled you go down a hill on, or do you only call them sleds? You know, like there's a GT snow racer, or a black garbage can, or a garbage can lid. All of those are toboggans. But if you don't say toboggan, then probably sled. But Alex says toboggan. Toboggan. And I like it. So it's not going to be corrected. It will be how he says, and it will be the way that I say. He also says, hold on, what does this say? Cement instead of cement. They're pouring cement. I'm like, yep, they are pouring cement. I agree with you. We love word pronunciation. Can you get away from his food? Sorry, Toblerone. Are you being bullied by my birds? Hold on, I need to make sure Toby doesn't get forced to go downstairs by my mean, scary birds. Get out of here, mean, scary birds. And Peekaboo, you too. You're a mean, scary bird. You leave my mean dog alone. And you mean scary birds, I gave you treats this morning so you wouldn't be causing trouble. I literally gave you, did you not see? Look. I put this here. This is for you. Here. See? Good bird. You're such a good bird. I gave you those to play with so that you wouldn't bother my poor angel dog. But I guess bothering my poor angel dog is what you do. We call a round saucer a toboggan. 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 I gave my birds treats today, and they are just ignoring them to bother my poor puppy dog. Oh good, now he's eating his breakfast. See, when his breakfast is threatened to be taken away from him by the cat or the birds, suddenly Toby gets hungry again. Get away. Good boy, Toby, you're all right. How long do you think it's going to take us to knit this sleeve? I want to tell you, oh, I did this all this morning, but like it actually took me all weekend. I mean, not all weekend, I was doing stuff, but like anytime I was sitting down doing nothing, I just picked this up and did some rows, and it still is very small, so it's probably going to take a very long time, but I'm hopeful we are going to end up with a very nice, very cute, very, I don't know, funky sweater. I feel like this one we should do some granny squares. Like, I feel like having the knitted sleeves and doing some kind of crochet for the front could be fun again. Because then his sweater can match my sweater. Also, do you like my stockings behind us? I picked them up at the thrift store for 25 cents each. Aren't they cute? They look handmade, but they're not. I mean, they are, but they're not handmade by like an individual. They're handmade for a company. Fun fact, everything's handmade. Everything you're wearing is handmade. You think there's like some automated process that makes t-shirts? There's not an automated process to make t-shirts. People hand sew them. Well, on a machine, but I mean, like, they are doing it. There are individual people who are sewing with their hands, with the machine, for all of our clothing. I don't know why I believed all of our clothing was, when they say, like, factory, what is it called? Like, when they say sweatshop factory, I don't know why, but I assumed there was a lot of automation involved. So I assume, like, a machine is doing most of the work, but really, no, it's one person operating a sewing machine. Like, your clothes are sewn together by hand, by a person. I don't know. Did you know that? That sounds so, like, naive and ignorant to say, but it was only something I recognized as a full adult, that it's like, in the South, it's a knit hat. Weird. Oh, it's called a knit hat? It's called a toque here. The hat that I'm wearing is a toque. A toboggan is a sled. Anyway, I feel like a lot of people are like you think about the sweatshop vibe of like buying from Temu or Temu or whatever, buying from Amazon, buying from all those places. But like, it isn't machine made, it's handmade. Everything's handmade. It's just, so when I say like, oh, these stockings are not handmade, I mean, they are. Just, I didn't hand make them. But somebody did. They weren't just like, they didn't just come out of a machine. Anyway, my hat is called a toque. A knit hat is called a toque. Or a knit beanie. Knit beanie. Yeah, it's called a toque. Good boy, Toby. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I gave Toby some shrimp today on his breakfast. Some freeze-dried shrimp for cats. And I'm going to be honest with you, he's kind of avoiding them and just eating the kibble around it, but that's fine. He doesn't need to do anything differently. Good girl, Beelzebub. Alrighty. So, this weekend was okay. Nothing really special happened this weekend. I saw my friend yesterday. I guess that's special. I got to see my friend, the one with twins. Haven't seen her in like more than a month. So it was nice to see her, and we just hung out and talked the whole time. I mean, we hung out with the babies, so. And they are, I think, 14 months old now, or 15 months old. They're 12 months old adjusted, so I think that makes them 15 months old. But they are very cute and very little. Two babies together is very cute. Why does this side have a spike and this side, the spike is sideways? Could you not? Do you know how much labor it is to put on these damn lashes? For them to not be sitting perfectly is disrespectful. It's like labor to put these on. Like, I sit down and I don't move for like a while. Greetings, good to see you. Greetings, good to see you as well. Nice to see you. Welcome, Marina. And did you watch the football game? I did not. Who was playing? Was it the Kansas City Chiefs, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys? Those are the ones I know. So that's what I have for you. Because those are the ones my dad's cared about in the past. Dallas Cowboys was his first team. Pittsburgh Steelers was his second team. And now, just to be supportive of my sisters, he supports... what did I just say? Kentucky. What did I don't think I said Kentucky. Kentucky Chiefs, right? Is it Kentucky Chiefs? Kansas Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. I just saw the emblem in my head and I was like, K, what's K? Anyway, it was the Grey Cup. Oh, hockey. Grey Cup is hockey, right? Wait, hold on. There's the Grey Cup and there's the Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup is hockey. So the Grey Cup is Canadian football. And the Grey Cup, who are our teams? The Hamilton Tiger Cats. Are they for the Grey Cup? Is the Grey Cup football? Hold on. If it's the Grey Cup, I don't watch any sports, but since Saskatchewan was playing and won, hubby and I decided to watch. Okay, the Saskatchewan, what is the Saskatchewan guy? I know we have the, wait, if it's the CFL, how does Saskatchewan have its own team? Saskatchewan Roughriders? What is it? Is it, the city Roughriders? We have the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and everybody loves the Hamilton Tiger Cats in Hamilton. They have a stadium. Everybody dresses up all big when there's ever a game in town, which is often. Am I almost already done my first ball of yarn? That's a little stressful. Actually, this is a good measurement. This is a good way of knowing how much yarn it's going to take. Once we get to the end of the first ball, I have 12 balls of yarn, so we'll know if I'm going to have enough yarn. Rough Riders. The Rough Riders. Well, we have the Tiger Cats, which is like really original and unique. The Tiger Cats. Like every American high school team. The Tiger Cats. We don't have enough people to have more than one team. Lol. Their stadium is in Regina, about 3 hours from me. Okay, the Rough Rider Stadium. Saskatchewan Rough Riders. We get one team because we too small. We big, but we small. Not enough people. Hamilton gets its own team. Hamilton's team is a seed team for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seed team. Oh, what? You thought I didn't know anything about football? Well, I know one thing about football, and that is that people who are from Hamilton often get drafted into the Pittsburgh Steelers training camps. So Hamilton, therefore, is a seed team because they use people from that team. If they're good enough, they get to go to the NFL with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Because we're both steel towns. Hamilton makes steel. Pittsburgh makes steel. It's cute because we have the same output. So we share football. I think it's cute. Okay, so I've made it to the end of my first ball of yarn. So if this is my first ball of yarn, yeah, right? Then we know we can get, how much will it take for one sleeve? Let's measure this piece. Whenever I hear that crunchy noise, I think you're eating my plants. We have just over 1.2 million people in the whole province. It is not a small province either. That's kind of wild. 1.2 milli vanilli. We have like 600,000 just in my town. Okay. It's Alex's, so I'm gonna put his arm as going like to here. Well, it's gonna attach to the sweater. Maybe to there. Okay, if it needs to be 35 inches. And right now, we are at 7. But how many is that? 2. So we are at 9 of, what did I say, 35. So 9, 18, 27, 36. So it's going to take me 4 balls of yarn for the sleeve. That's not good. Because I don't have enough balls of yarn for that. Well, just, you know what? Let's just not even worry about it. Let's just keep going and like not worry about it. That's how I like to knit. Just keep knitting. Just keep knitting. Here, I'll put the cute kitty over here. It's gonna be a really cute large. That's how you say 2XL is large. I guess you would say XL though, wouldn't you? XOXO. A gossip girl. All right, we're gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you tails and weave you guys in later, like professionals. We're not crocheting here, crocheting over the tails. Will it block out a bit longer too? Stop saying block it out like I'm gonna have to do it. I am, because the sleeve is done in wool. The cuff is acrylic, but the sleeve is wool. It's alpaca. It's 30% alpaca, 70% something else. I feel like probably polyester. So it's gonna be nice and warm and soft. But yeah, since it's got that wool, it will probably block out a bit bigger than it looks. Unless I decide to block it after soaking it in super hot water, in which case the wool will shrink. You might have to make the sleeve slimmer and block it out. Do you think? I really don't want to. Like, my hope was that I would never frog anything ever. That would make me really unhappy though if I ran out of yarn. But look how nice that sleeve looks. Doesn't that look just so cozy? No. If I run out of yarn, we'll find another solution. Hey there, Candy. If we run out of yarn, I will find another solution. It may grow a lot. Did you do a swatch? No, I didn't. Why would I do a swatch? Swatches are for if you're really like not super intuitively expert. Just let me believe, okay, it's gonna be fine. I don't want to do a slimmer knit sleeve. I mean, I guess worst case scenario, I'll just have to have a different color show up somewhere. Or I'll just knit the two sleeves and call that a day. You could always find some more yarn in the same weight of the flex and do stripes. Totally. Here's what I'm thinking. We're going to start by knitting two sleeves, and then we'll know how much yarn we have left. At least the two sleeves will be fully knitted, which is so cozy. Like my other sweater, my subscriber sweater, you guys sent me handmade granny squares, and I sewed them together. But first I knitted two sleeves, and then we sewed the whole sweater together and ended up with the coziest sweater. I wear it all the time. So doing two knitted sleeves and then a possible crochet panel. Or maybe I could commission you guys to send more squares, and then I could make Alex his own granny square sweater. That'd be sick. And then we could have matching, they wouldn't match because we have two different like yarns. What is the fiber of the red fleck? So the red fleck is alpaca and I believe polyester, 70 fake, 30 wool, whatever the fake was, polyester, or I have the wrapper somewhere, whatever the other stuff could have been, I don't recall, polyester, acrylic, something like that, but the 30% is wool. But I did that with the other sweater. I just ignored rules and I did all fibers mixed together, and the sweater's still amazing. Like most of the granny squares are, I think all of them are acrylic. And then I did the back all in wool and the sleeves in wool, and it's like the perfect sweater. I wonder how long it would take me to knit this sleeve up. Well, we'll know how much yarn is used eventually, right? I could also block it longer instead of blocking it wider, you know? I do love the flecked yarn. It's a discontinued yarn, of course. It's a Patton's Aran, I think it is. And it's Aran alpaca is what the label said. It may not grow with all that synthetic fiber. Some alpaca will really grow. Okay, well, it's got a lot of synthetic fiber, and I think that the red is the alpaca, and then the colorful bits are the synthetic. So, I mean, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't grow too much. I'll put it in the dryer if it grows too much and make it felt. And it will be amazing. And at least he will have very cool sleeves. Oh, also, I have enough yarn to make a second hat in this color. So I was thinking of making a second hat for Alistair. He'd probably want a hat that's cute, though, with like dinosaur stuff on it. He's a dinosaur boy right now. Hopefully. I hope it's 30-70, not 70-30. It'd be funny if it was 70% wool and then I end up with a gigantic sweater. I'll still love it, okay? I'm still gonna love it. I'm so happy we're knitting again. I don't know why I held off on knitting. I think it's because I'm supposed to crochet, because that's what my job is to crochet. But knitting is an awful lot of fun to me. And do you remember when I started knitting and I said, I'm not having any fun? I would say that so often in the live stream when I started learning to knit again. I'm not having fun. This takes so long. It's so slow. My hands are stupid. And I would use words like that, like my hands are stupid, because that's what it felt like. My brain knew what I wanted to do, but it took my hands a long time to get really comfortable doing it fast. And as much as like the knitting takes a lot more time, and it's like if I screw up, it takes me a lot more time to figure out what I did wrong and then how to fix it. Whereas crochet, if I screw up, I usually notice one row later. Like it's very quick to fix. Whereas with knitting, I might not notice until I finish a project, and then I'll see something. And then to fix it requires like taking stitches out and like using a crochet hook. It's like a whole thing. But once you get used to it, oh my God, knitting is so like addictive. Totally. It's like quiet, calm, and repetitive. If you're doing a stockinette stitch like this, like I don't have to think or anything. I love not thinking. It's like one of my favorite things. But you don't have to think if you're just doing a stockinette, because you're just a repeat of the same motion over and over again. And like every like what, maybe 15, 20 stitches, less if you're not pushing them all up the way I am, but like every 15 or 20 stitches, you have to take a break for a sec to move your stitches down and then move some stitches up. And I usually glance up at that time. So if we're watching a movie or something, it'll be like knit, glance up, knit, glance up, knit, glance up, and then move my stitches looking up. That's how I manage to like survive and knit while doing other things. Is I'll keep my eyes mostly down, but I'll glance up for what I need. And then if I get to a point where it's like it's hard to reach the stitches because you see how much like knitting needle there is, and you see how far I have to pull it off, that's when I'll do this and that. And now you can see there's a million stitches pushed up. If I'm doing just stockinette, then I can do it without looking. I'm not there yet. I can't trust that I've done it. Like I can do it without looking. Hold on. I'm not even going to look in the viewfinder. I'm looking at my own eyes. Okay, so I can feel, but yeah, I can't feel I can't be sure this is the next stitch. I know it is because I just looked at it, but like feeling my next stitch, knowing, I guess if I leave my thumb on, let me think. Okay. So if I involve my thumb, then I can feel the next stitch pretty good. Yeah. Okay. I could do it too. I don't want to. It's too slow. I can crochet granny clusters without looking, except to move spaces, and my husband says it's witchcraft. It is witchcraft. You're literally turning string into fabric with 2 magic wands. With crochet, you're turning string into fabric with 1 magic wand. Which is probably why crochet is more powerful. That all the magic is just in the 1 wand. I have to use 2 here. It's like making soup. That's magic. You want me to boil animals and herbs over a stove turning it into a brand new thing that's delicious and nutritious. Sounds like witchcraft. Everything a woman does in the home, obviously, when I say woman, I mean like traditionally. I'm not talking literally. Nowadays, that can be a she, they, he, gay, whoever. It can be anybody who is the traditional woman in the home is what I'm talking about. The traditional woman in the home jobs are all witchcraft. They're literally all witchcraft. Cooking, cleaning, disinfecting, knitting, mending, planning, finances. These are all witchcraft. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean. So thank you for joining my coven. Obviously joking, in case you are a religious person and feel like I just brought black magic into your life. I did. But welcome to my coven. I'm joking. Welcome to my coven, where we knit. Oh, do we practice any witchcraft rituals? We cook and we knit. Those are both witchcraft rituals we practice. We plants. We do plants. We do plants. And we do a good job with plants. Oh, yeah. You know what I want to do? I want to go to LA and Texas, and I want to drive around the dead parts of town and collect stray dogs. That's what I want to do. Doesn't need to make sense to you. I keep seeing videos of people rescuing, like, a pregnant chihuahua on the streets of Texas. This dog, we haven't been able to catch her for weeks, and now she's pregnant. And in my head, every time I'm like, a chihuahua cannot overwinter in Ontario. A chihuahua will die. They will die of exposure, as would any human. Overwintering outdoors where I live is not possible for any domestic animal. So that doesn't happen. We don't have stray dogs. Like when you see like a dog came in as a stray, it's a dog that's been dumped. There's no such thing as a stray here. We don't have stray dogs just wandering around. There's not enough warmth and there's not enough escape from the elements for them. The only dogs that could survive becoming a stray are probably like German Shepherds and Huskies. And even them, unless they can join a coyote troop or a wolf pack, which is unlikely in both cases, they're going to die by being attacked by both of those creatures. So here where I live, there ain't no wild dogs, but this one person that I watch online sometimes go and collects dogs, and often where they live, they find a lot of chihuahuas, and that's probably why the content got served to me. And my first instinct when I watched that was like, oh, we should go there and help. We have so many packs of stray dogs here in Saskatchewan, and they're all Husky Shepherd Cross. Yeah, because if you added a Shih Tzu to that pack, it would either get eaten or just die from exposure and then get eaten. Okay, so there's a possibility. We do have coyo dogs. I don't know if it's because it's coyote, the way that I say coyote. Anyway, coyote. But then when I say coyo dog, my brain reads COYO. So I say coyo dog, but maybe it's coyo dog. Anyway, we do have coyote dog hybrids, and we have dog wolf hybrids. But stray dog packs, at least not anywhere around where I live. But yeah, if they were to live, it would be Husky Shepherd things. But spelled right, coy wolf. But spelled right. Here it's COYO wolf, coyo wolf, coyo dog. It's not coy dog. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, we have so many packs of dogs. I would like to see a pack of wild dogs, but I also would want to have them. How about you, Alex? Do you want a pack of wild chihuahuas from like LA? She thinks you're playing a game. You have to spin really quick. Just spin around really quick.
I did that.
It worked what I said. Okay. Let's look-see. Laura, I thought we were knitting. What are you doing? Don't worry about it, okay? Oh no, Chihuahua spelled right. I was too lazy for spell check. Chihuahua. Chihuahua. There's H's in there. Usually I say Chihuahua when I'm spelling it in my head. Yeah, Ontario is too much damp cold, so hypothermia is a big risk. Here it's so dry that as long as you're out of the wind, even in minus 25, you can just be in a hoodie. I don't think that's necessarily true. A hoodie, minus 25. I think you're just Saskatchewan coded. But I'm happy for you. Okay, let's see what we got here. I just thought we'll just have a look. We'll just see what's available in what? That's not true. Who's available in Hamilton? These are people, you guys. They're just people with paws. They're people with paws. Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. Just oops, that's not what I wanted. What happened? There we go. All right. Ooh, look at Iris. What a pretty kitty. Oh, that looks like, what's her name? Was it Duchess? There's Chance and Shadow, and I think Duchess. What a pretty kitty cat. I have a lemon tree now. I too have a lemon tree. I snowboard in a hoodie, and I grew up never going outside in the winter in Ontario because I'd freeze. And there is constant sunshine. Well, congratulations. Constant sunshine. Couldn't be me. It's not where we live. We don't live in constant sunshine. Okay, so now we want to go to the main search. We're never looking for new pets. We just like to look where they're at. Okay? I have no desire to add any animals to my home. I'm doing this for fun. Here's my disclosure. All of yous guys who are saying, your cat, literally, the body is still warm. Yeah, you're right. However, I'm allowed to look because it's fun, not because I want one. Okie dokie. And I only look at Chihuahuas anyway. You know what? The day that I don't look will be the day that 25 4-pound Chihuahuas need to find a home. That's what's going to happen. I'm doing it for us. For the joy. Could you just chill the F out? Okay. Chihuahua. Size, we only want small ones. Gender, we don't care. Age, we don't care. We do prefer older ones. Good with, we don't care. Care and behavior, none of that stuff matters. Apply filters. Then we can just see who's in the world. Like Mr. Bug. Look at Mr. Bug. Look at Lito. Bruno is a big cuddle bug. Look how cute they are. There's just so many Chihuahuas, and all of them need me. Can't you tell? Can't you tell they all need me? So cute. I will say, oh my god, look at this one. This doggy is so pretty. I don't want a new dog. I don't look for a new dog, but I like to look at his face. Look at this pretty, pretty puppy. Look, he's got half of his head is black and half of his head is merle. What a pretty long-haired Chihuahua. Could you just show me? Look at that. Come on. Lito is cute. Oh, I didn't know. Sorry to hear that. Ugh. What? What cat? Oh, okay. Great. You didn't even hear about this yet. Okay, well, Rebecca, let me just let me just break it down for you, what we had happen. Rohan, we've been dealing with his urination outside of his litter box for most of the time that we've had him, which, like, we've been dealing with, and the vet had been taking very seriously. So, he wasn't getting better at it. He was just still having issues, and occasionally he would have issues with straining to pee. So then he ended up going on, what else did he go on? Steroids and anti-anxiety meds and anti-inflammation meds. They seemed to be doing okay, and he was still just not getting any, like, better, and he was starting to act lethargic. It culminated in a very dramatic day where he didn't get out of bed, so then we took him to the vet, and the vet said, "Oh, he's, like, dying." And we were like, no, you don't understand. He was literally fine yesterday, and he has anxiety. Basically, he more than likely either had a bladder tumor, or he had, what was the other thing they said he had? So he either had a bladder tumor that was cancerous and finished him, like, it all in one day, or he had, oh my God, that scared me. What else did they say he could have had? Kidney failure. And if he had kidney failure, the steroids we were giving him to help with the inflammation would have been killing his kidneys further. So if his kidneys were in like let's say stage 1 or stage 2 failure, by adding the steroid in for a month, it essentially would have been shutting his kidneys down. We didn't get an autopsy because he was dying regardless of what we did for treatment. But the vet said more than likely it was one of those two things, either a tumor that culminated in death or kidney failure that culminated in death. Either way, when we arrived at the vet said, "We can do all of the tests now to determine which one it is, kidney failure or a tumor." And I said, "Okay, good. What do we have to do?" And she said, "Well, we'll do x-rays and we'll do blood work." And I said, "Okay. And then what?" And she said, "Oh, like, he's dying." And I was like, "Okay, so I understand that. That's why we're here. What now?" And she said, we can help him die with less stress. We can help by doing that. That's what we can do to help him." And I was like, "Okay, so you can't, like, give him a steroid injection," not a steroid obviously, but there's nothing you can, like, give him to help settle him. And she said, "I don't think it would be fair to give him something and send you home with him, because you'll be back tomorrow to put him down and he will have suffered all night." And we were like, "Okay." I didn't even bring Alex with me. I went to the vet without Alex because I thought we were getting a treatment for a sick cat. I didn't think we were putting the cat down. So I had to do it alone. Alex was with me on FaceTime, obviously. It was very messed up. It was super not what I thought we were going to the vet for. I was not ready. I felt very guilty. And the vet basically, after saying, "Well, no matter what we do, the end is today." So I was like, "So what are we doing the x-ray and the blood work for?" And she said, "So we can find out what it was for." And I was like, "Okay, so if it's a tumor, what will you want me to do?" And she said, "Put him down." And I said, "Okay, and if it's kidney failure, what will we do?" And she said, "Put him down." So we didn't end up doing the x-ray or the blood work because the answer to both was still to put him down. And that, like, he was hypothermic. His muscles were already stiff. So either overnight his tumor, I don't know what the right word would be. Exploded is how it was conveyed to me. If it was a tumor, something broke within the tumor broke or something, because he was peeing blood. But he hadn't. The night before, he was fine. And then in the morning, he was peeing blood. So, and he hadn't had any issues, like, leading up to that, except we had taken him to the vet lots and lots of times for peeing where he shouldn't. Anyway, so she said if it was kidney failure, that could be peeing blood, and if it was a tumor that exploded, that could be peeing blood. So, ruptured, thank you. Anyway, it was super messed up. It was very not fun for anybody involved, including Rohan, which was so unfair. We only had him for 2 years, and I don't know what happened. Either he had cancer and the treatments we were giving him for anxiety did not help the cancer, or he had kidney failure and the treatments we were giving him for anxiety were making that worse. So either we killed him by accident or we killed him by accident. That's how I feel. I know that's not accurate. We were taking him to the vet regularly. He was having blood tests. He was having x-rays. He was getting treatment. So I know that, but I still feel really guilty about it because we took him on to be his steward for the rest of his life, and I thought that was going to be 10 more years at least. And it wasn't. So yeah, it was really, really bad when it happened. It was really bad. So much so that it actually set off an entire just dissolution of my mental health. I went from being mostly okay, struggling a little bit, to I took 3 weeks off work. I was having skin issues that came out of nowhere and seemed to just be getting worse and worse. All of my joints started acting up, and my anxiety and depression have just been off the charts. So that's super awesome. Not blaming his death on that. Everything got too hard. So I took a break and left for 3 weeks from YouTube, and now I'm back. And Rohan is just not coming back. And now we just have Peekaboo and Toby and Beelzebub and Gary. And obviously, I honestly don't even want another Bengal, because CJ died from kidney failure, and CJ died at 14. CJ had a full life, but CJ's death was miserable. And yet he wasn't suffering long enough at any one time to put him down any earlier than we did. Like, I didn't want to put him down when he was still living a good life. But eventually we had to put CJ down, and that was heartbreaking and awful. And then we did it again with Rohan, and I just feel like I don't know that I can handle the process of falling in love with another Bengal. They're very is it a Bengal or is it just a cat? Because honestly, if Peekaboo died, I think I would probably need to be committed. I don't think I could handle Peekaboo dying right now. Yeah, I think it would probably send me to the hospital, at least for a little bit, if Peekaboo left us. So she better not go anywhere. And Toby better not go. I'm not permitting any more pets to get sick or injured. Thank you. It's now illegal. All pets must be happy and healthy at all times. That being said, Toby is so healthy right now and so happy, and I want to show something to you. I want to brag, because I cleaned his teeth myself, like with dental tools, and got all the plaque off of his teeth. Sorry to make you retell a hard story. Thank you. Don't worry about it. I'm going to have to retell it. Not have to. I loved Rohan. I feel tons of guilt about him dying, and I feel tons of guilt about me being the one that had to decide that he died, but I'm not gonna make that guilt make me not talk about him, because he did exist. He did, and nothing can take that away. So, and I don't want time to make me care less. Get off of my plants. I don't want time to make me care less, so. You haven't met Toby? Rebecca, what are you even doing? Where have you been? I have a cat who is 5 that I've had since he was 3 weeks old and bottle fed and all that. If he left me, I would absolutely be wrecked. Yeah. Okay, Toby's our new dog, Rebecca. Long time no see. We got Toby in June, and he had a mom who loved him very much. Moving was rough. Fair enough, Rebecca. Totally. And you've got, like, teenagers. No shade at all. I'm just joking when I'm poking at you, just joking. So in June, I went to go visit my sister. My sister and I went to go visit our other sister in Ottawa. Drove all the way up there, we drove. Alex didn't come with us. And like I just did with you on Pet Finder, I look every time I go to any city, I go on to like the city's Facebook page, and I go on to their, you guys have Craigslist in the States, we have Kijiji here in Canada. I'll either go on to a Facebook group or I will go on to Kijiji and I will search Chihuahua. Anytime I go into any city, it's just something I do. I don't need it to make sense. I never have an intention of getting a new dog. That is never my intention. But I have a very emotional connection with everything. The end. I'm like Pocahontas. I know every song and tree and creature. Has a life, has a spirit, has a name. So in my head, I'm like, if I'm meant to find an animal, I'm gonna find it. You know what I mean? So though I have no intention of getting a Chihuahua, if I saw one that needed me, that we clicked, I would get another Chihuahua. That's how my heart works with animals. So right now my heart is absolutely closed to cats. There will be no new cats. In this home, there will be no new cats. I'm not ready for that to happen ever again. Peekaboo is so easy. I don't want to bring stress to her again. I don't want to bring stress to another cat again. So I'm not doing that. And I'm not getting a dog. But I still like looking. It doesn't need to make sense, okay? A hobby can be looking for pets. It doesn't have to be acquiring pets. Anyway, when I went there, Toby was listed. And I saw the picture of Toby. I read the description. And then I messaged the lady and I said, he's beautiful. Our dog Thunder died in January. He died January 3rd of this year. January 3rd of, he died January 3rd of this year. It's not even been a year since Thunder died. And we had him for over 10 years. We loved him very much. He died of old age, 14. He didn't die of old age. He died from a continuous seizure caused by a tumor in his brain, but he was also 14. So he was headed that way. He had this seizure disorder since he was 8 years old. So 8 till 14, he had regular seizures. We treated him, we dealt with them, and then eventually it took over. He had a stroke about a year and a half before that, and that screwed with his balance and his like positioning in space. Anyway, Thunder was the best dog that ever existed. So I told this lady all about Thunder and how it had only been 6 months, but Alex and I talked about the fact that we were ready to open our hearts again. We weren't ready to just find a dog, but we were ready to open our hearts to the possibility of a dog. And right when we talked about opening our hearts to the possibility of dog, I saw Toby's ad. And it had been posted like 5 minutes before I saw it, which is serendipitous. Immediately messages me back, says, here's my phone number. Do you want to come meet him now? And I said, I just arrived in Ottawa. I'm actually not from Ottawa. I'm just visiting family. But yeah, I can arrive. I can meet him. So I said to my sisters, I'll be back in an hour. I'm going to go to this other place. I'm going to meet this dog, and I'll let you know how it goes. If I come back with Wendy's Frosties for everyone, you'll know that I did not like mesh with the dog. If I don't have Frosties, it means I probably had a really good time with the dog. So I went there. I met Toby. I cried. Toby's mom cried. We hugged. She told me about Toby after talking to me for honestly 15 minutes. She went and got his leash and said, I think you're the new home. I think that you will take good care of him. And I had shown her pictures of Thunder. We were talking about our dogs. And she was devastated to let him go because she loved him very much. Clearly she loved him very much. That she provided a bag, like a giant reusable shopping bag filled with pea pads and food, like the food that he eats, multiple bags of it, so that I wouldn't have to transition him over, so thoughtful. All of his toys, all of his grooming supplies, all of his stuffed animals, a dog bed, his clothing, seasonal things for him, like a Christmas collar, and everything. She obviously loved him the whole time she had him. But she was sick and she was having to be in the hospital a lot because of her treatments. And because she was in the hospital a lot, Toby was alone a lot. And she just said, I don't want him. He deserves more than that. And that made me cry because it's she doesn't even want to let him go. She doesn't even want to rehome him. It's just that it's not fair to him and she loves him so much that she will let him go. So I said, well, you can see him Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m. And she has seen him. And her sisters have come in and checked on him. They've left comments on the live stream saying it's obvious that he's happy and he seems really relaxed and he's really, like, he's being such a good boy. And I actually have now taught him 5 tricks. He's really smart. He's a really smart dog. Do you want to see some of his tricks? Toby, good morning. Do you want to have a treat? What do you think? Is it time for Toby to get a treat for being such a good boy? You want to meet Rebecca first? You want to say hello to everybody? Who are you talking to, Beelzebub? Toblerone? Tobington? Toblerino? Tober Bober? Tobe? Hi, mister. How's my baby? Are you good baby? You good boy? Toby, shake. Yes, good boy. Shake. Yes. Oh, he's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Come here. Let me show everybody you. Oh, there we go. Here's Mr. Toblerone. Oh, excuse me. This is Toby. Toby is 7 years old. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. Oh, thank you. He's a beautiful man. Oh, your mouth smells like shrimps. I gave him freeze-dried shrimps. Show his heart. Oh, Toby has a heart on his back. He actually has 2 of them, but this one is clearer. Look at this heart. Look at him. He's a little love bug. He's 4.5 pounds. Thunder was 6.5 pounds. So he's smaller than Thunder in terms of his weight, but he's much taller than Thunder. And he is outside of the breed standard when it comes to how tall he is. Not that I'm like a breed snob, we just looked it up because I was like, this dog is weird shaped. Aren't ya? Are you a weird shaped dog? Hi. Oh, you waggly boy. You a waggly boy. You want to see how waggly he is? Oh, there he is. Hi, Toblerone. Hi, Toblerone. Look at these teeth. I cleaned his teeth. Look at these. They're brand new. I know they look yellow, but there's no tartar on them. He doesn't have very many teeth. As you can see, he's missing all these ones. How about this side? Oh, look at that. No tartar buildup. Just gross looking because they're dog teeth. Oh, he's so sweet, though. This is Toby. This is Mr. Toblerone. This is Tobias. Dr. October Tobias Octavius Toblerone. That's his full unabridged name. Nice to meet you, Toby. He's a very sweet guy, and he has great teeth now. He has had dentals before. His mom told us that he had had dental cleanings done 2 times, and he had had almost all of his teeth removed. Dogs have 42 teeth. Toby has 11 teeth. So he doesn't have very many teeth. He's the cutest guy in the whole world. Do you see how quiet and delightful he is? He barks, but not like offensively. He like barks. He barks at squirrels. He barks when Alex is leaving the house. He barks at Alex. He's very gentle. We play fight, which is so fun. He like goes rah, 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 and we like fight over his toys. He knows now sit, lie down, shake, and he knows clean your face, which is something I taught Thunder, but he learned it without me having to use the training tools that I used with Thunder. He just like figured it out with me. And then the other one he's doing now is scratch, scratch, scratch. When I say scratch, 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 if he's sitting, he'll start scratching like a dog scratches. There he is. Look at how cute he is. Did you find a little snack on the floor? Yeah, I did. Hi, Toby. Hi. Nice to meet you, Toby. Anyway, so that's Toby, Rebecca. I'm glad that you got to meet him because he's so sweet. And something actually happened on my 3-week vacation, sabbatical. I don't even know what you want to call. I went away for 3 weeks. It wasn't really a vacation. He has long legs. He has very long legs. He has borderline freakishly long legs for a Chihuahua his size. For 4.5 pounds, he's like a good 4 inches taller than Thunder. retreat. Yeah, with my retreat, I had something happen that I honestly, part of me didn't believe would happen again. I was like comfortable with the fact that like Thunder has my heart, and like no other dog will ever give me feelings like Thunder did, because Thunder was number one. And while that is still totally true, I did fall in love with Toby on my 3-week time off. I've loved Toby. Like I've been really happy to have him in our family, and I love taking care of him. I love hanging out with him. I love training him. I love going for walks with him. But like there's like a feeling that happens with an animal when they trust you and you trust them. Like Toby and I, we made the connection. We made the love connection that I didn't know would happen again. I have that love connection with Peekaboo, and I had that love connection with Thunder, and I had that love connection with CJ. With Rohan, it was just starting. Like that love connection was just starting, and it got torn away. I loved Rohan, but I didn't get to have him and I fall in perfect trust the way that I had with Thunder and the way that I have with Peekaboo. Anyway, it happened. Over the time that I was away, I fell totally in love, and Toby and I now have like an actual, like a good strong bond. I know dogs are a lot more like easy for me to communicate with than cats. Like quickly I can get a dog to understand that I'm their buddy. But with a cat, it's a little bit more work, I guess. What happened to Rohan? He died. You're a little late. If you just go back in the stream 20 minutes and then watch for like 5 minutes, I did a whole explanation of what happened. But yes, Rohan died October 1st. So you bonded. Yeah, Toby and I actually bonded, and now we have like an understanding. We're still working through Toby's like reaction to being his voice being me raising my voice. If I have a voice that is any loud, not even louder, it's if my voice is not high pitched, he thinks he's in trouble. And I'm like, bro, like he's obviously never been really in trouble, but like, cause like he doesn't like shy away like he's gonna get hit. Like I've seen dogs do that. He doesn't do that. He was clearly like loved. It's just, I think that he maybe didn't have any rules. I think that maybe he got away with murder there, which I understand. Thunder got away with murder when we had Thunder. He was allowed to do anything because he was an old man and he was our baby. So like if he pooped and peed on the floor and then ate his poop and then vomited, I would clean it up and I would go, my good boy Thunder. Like I literally let him do anything. Thunder didn't do very many bad things, so that was maybe a bit of an exaggeration. But my point is, I think Toby might have got away with murder because if I talk to him and I request him to do something, he acts like he's in trouble and he looks away from me and puts his head up like he can't hear me or see me. And I try to be like, bro, you're not in any trouble. All is well. Everything's good. And then I'll be like, who's a good boy? And he'll wag his tail and come back up to me. But then I'll go, okay, sit. And if he doesn't do it, I'll say, sit. And then he'll go. And he just acts like he's invisible. He literally acts like he's invisible. And I'm like, and then I have to like, yeah. So I'm working through that, trying to work through his mental block. The best way I've found is we play for 5 minutes. Like we rough play with one of his toys where he like grabs onto it and I drag him back and forth growling. We do that for 5 minutes and then I can usually get 10 excited minutes of training, which is great. 10 excited minutes of training is better than an hour of hard working training, because if a dog doesn't want to do it, they ain't gonna remember it. I had such a good bond with my one cat, and then she had to live with my parents for a bit while I was in school. Then she moved back in with my husband and she chose him. Cool. Thanks, Mom and Dad. You literally broke my cat. I don't know who Peekaboo chooses. Peekaboo is the queen of the home, and I love her very much. Also, if you're wondering what this giant mark on my hand is, Gary bit me. He didn't even break the skin. These are bruises that turned into blood blisters that burst. He just grabbed me and was just like doing this, like rubbing back and forth with his beak as I was shaking my hand to get him off. Is that sleeve going to go around Alex's guns? I hope so. It better, Candace. Or it'll just be another sweater for me. Maybe it just should be. With peace and love. Is this going to be a hat as well? Oh, Gary. Yep. It was Gary, obviously. And he grabbed my hand, and instead of just holding on, he was doing this with his beak, which is so fun. I mean, I'm also obsessed with my husband, so I get it, but still rude. 100% rude. Yeah, anytime an animal chooses Alex over me, I don't approve. Oh, by the way, I had a conversation with the taxidermist again, and again, he said probably the first week of December, midweek. That's when we can get Thunder and Rohan home, and we'll see what he came up with. We're getting their skulls articulated, and the rest of their remains, I am donating them to an art guild of taxidermists who will use the parts to make art, and that sounds like a beautiful way to honor my pets, if you ask me. Wish I could do that with my body. Put my skull in a museum or something and take my bones and give them to artists. It's probably illegal. You probably can't have human remains for art projects. But it'd be cool if you could. No, it wouldn't, because then people would do body digging, grave digging. We don't need that. I am the chosen one with our cat Maggie, but I do most of her care. Well, Peekaboo gets her food from me, so I think that would probably make me more her person, but Alex does all of the rest of her care. Oh, no, that's not true. I do her grooming and nails and food. Alex does the cleaning stuff, like he vacuums her hair stuff and does the litter box and washes the litter box. How many teeth did Lord Thunder have left? At the end? Gosh, I think he had 4. No, he would have had 1, 2... Because he only had chewing teeth on one side of his mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6? He had 6 left? 6, maybe 7. So Toby still has a mouthful of teeth compared to Thunder. Gonna be interesting to see what the guy does with the skull then. Yeah, well, you know what he said? Because I had Thunder's teeth. Because when he got them removed, I already knew that I would be doing this with Thunder when he died. So I asked the vet who removed all of Thunder's teeth if he could please give them to me. They thought it was weird, but they did it. They gave me the teeth. And I asked the taxidermist if I should bring the teeth with Thunder when I come to drop him off. And he said, how long ago was his dental surgery? And I said, a couple of years. And he said, there's no point in bringing the teeth. And I said, why is that? And he said, when dogs and cats have dental surgery, the bones heal over. So there's no hole for me to put the tooth back in. If you had said he had his dental 6 weeks ago, I could probably still shove the teeth back into the skull. But if he had his dental over a year ago, the bone heals over and there's no holes. So Thunder being a toothless wonder, his skull will also be a toothless wonder. He will have just the teeth that he had when he died in his skull, even though I still currently have the rest of his teeth in a jar. I'm not a creep. You're a creep. I do all the inside animal care, like hubby won't even notice if they're out of food, but she loves him more, I guess. Yeah, well, lucky him. It's nice to have a cat love you. Alex is a little skittish of the birds right now, and every time he walks through, I feel like he feels like he's gonna get attacked. Have to put his skull on a tooth fairy pillow filled with the teeth. Ew, actually, that's kind of cool. I thought maybe what I would do is just bring the teeth to the taxidermist and give them to him, because I'm not going to make art out of my dog's teeth, but he might. You know? It'll be like my tip. I pay for the skulls, and the tip, here's a handful of teeth as your tip. Enjoy. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to make a dried flower arrangement for him as a thank you. I think because I respect her boundaries more than they do. Well, yeah, duh. Kids do not respect cat boundaries. I can tell you this from personal experience. Our cat growing up, Princess Willie, she was a big fat, she kind of was like peekaboo coated, but more grumpy. She was a grumpy cat. And I used to grab her with a towel, like a full bath towel, and then wrap her up in the towel. Like I'd put the towel on top of her and grab her so that she couldn't grab me with her sharp, sharp outdoor cat claws. Then I'd wrap her up in a cat burrito, and then I would hold her like a baby. And I would carry her around the house holding her like a baby. And she effing hated it. That's why cats don't like the rest of the family. Because only one member of the family understands that a cat is like an adult. A cat is like a 38-year-old woman. You have to treat a cat like a 38-year-old woman. You have to give her the respect she deserves. And if it's a boy, then you have to treat that cat like a 79-year-old gentleman from good stock. If it's a boy cat, that's how you have to treat him. And if it's a girl cat, you have to treat her like a 38-year-old CEO. Because that's who you've got. That's your manager now. We also watch out the windows together. Oh. A bond. A bond you have. Lovely. We can each have a little piece of Lord Thunder with us, connecting everyone. I'll just send out the teeth. Nice. Send one out with each seed packet. I'll give you each a little piece of my dead dog. I feel like maybe that would not translate well on paper, you know? Local YouTuber with less than 100,000 subscribers found to be sending dead animal parts from her deceased pets to subscribers around the world. You know, I can just see the headline now. Imagine a headline about me. I'm famous? Thank you. Maybe I could do it and that would make me famous. The funny thing is, I never want to be famous. I just want to have money. Can I just have no fame and money? I want just 10 of us in this live stream, but I also want to have money. Can I have both? Can I have a live stream with just 10 people in it, but also rich? Thanks. I'd put one of those little fairy bottle things to wear around my neck. Oh, that's an interesting idea. You know what happened when you said, when I read your writing of fairy bottles? I heard, hey, listen, in my head, and it was Navi, you know, the fairy from Majora's Mask. I almost said Minerva's Mask, Majora's Mask. Good. Listen! A fairy bottle is a very specific thing, you know what I mean? Hey, listen! Come here. Hi. Oh, hello, Toblerone. He's back. Why are you telling me to come here? Beelzebub. Beelzebub. No, I don't wanna. Ocarina of Time, not Majora's Mask. That was Tail. Oh, sorry. Navi was Ocarina of Time. Oh, true. Ugh, Majora's Mask creeped me out. I really liked Zelda. I didn't play Zelda growing up. I watched my brother play Zelda as an activity. That was us hanging out. Him playing Zelda on our... Was it an N64? Yeah, it was. It was an N64. That was a pastime of mine. And probably it was just about hanging out with my brother, but I became aware of Zelda that way. And then I liked it. And then I feel in my brain like I've played it all. I know all of the things because I've watched my brother play the whole thing. But for my brain, if someone, like, I feel like I could beat the game. 1 2 3 1 3 2 2 1 3 2 3 1. You know what I mean? I can play the game. I know all the codes. I know how to do all the songs. But in reality, do I? No. But I could probably talk someone else through it. Lol, been there. When you only have one console, that's what you do. Yep. My brother played Zelda for so many hours. So did my brother. He beat it more than one time. I believe in you. Thank you. I watched my husband play Farm Simulator as a quality time together. Honestly, that's funny though to me a little bit that you play Farm Simulator and then you have horses. Shouldn't you be playing like City Simulator? If you're farm folk, shouldn't you be like playing Lawyer Simulator, like the exact opposite of Farm Sim? Because doesn't he do actual farm labor? He's like, one sec, I have to tend to my crops. And you're like, which ones? The ones in the game or the real ones we have out there? He's like, I have to tend to the crops during winter in Farm Sim so that I'm ready for spring in the real world. I'm getting somewhere on this sleeve. It's looking pretty sick to me. You don't think that'll fit his arms? I think that'll fit his arms. It's huge. I don't know if it's huge. I'll try it on him later. It's 80 stitches. How big does a sleeve need to get? Yeah, Noah? He's not even trying to go out. How do you know he needs to go? Do you think he needs to go for real? Or are you just saying it to be cute? If he says it again, I'll let the dog out. He said out, and I'm trying not to ignore him because he's been right a couple times. Yeah, he said it again. Okay, Toby, let's go outside. I think Gary understands Toby's body language better than me, because to me, Toby's just lying down on the ground. If he pees, though, that means that Gary is actually telepathic. Okay, Toby, let's go outside. Let's go pee. Come on. Let's go. Up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Oh, my sweet little bean salad. My sweet little bean salad. Let's go outside. Out. Good boy, Gary. Thank you. Toby, Toby, out. Thank you, Gary. Good. Oh, get out of my stuff. Go on. Beelzebub. I'll be right back. I have to pee now. Hello. Did you say they were nibbling on the microphone cord? Great. New background song? Not that I know of. Doesn't look... They were nibbling on food. There's food off camera here. Did the little clever bird send Laura out so he can do some mischief? Probably. Although Toby did pee, so... Mischief managed. What? Oh, that's oatmeal. Beelzebub. She did take my oatmeal. I knew it. I have oatmeal here, and now I'm seeing its remnants are on my table. We love. Also, I'm going to give a lower review to this table cover. Do you see all this damage to it? Just from stuff sliding on it, like a cup sliding on it, damages it. I guess it's not meant for tabletops. Sorry, it looks like a wire bare spot. No, it's paint. That's just paint. Or bird poop. It does look, but no. It's white paint. White acrylic. Okay, so Gary does know what Toby needs. That's so weird. Toby wasn't even doing anything to tell me that he needed to pee. But he did. He went pee. Go on. Go. I'm going to just listen to Gary now. Beelzebub, you're trouble. Gary may bite viciously, but he knows when my dog has to go outside to pee, so that's pretty cool. Now I just need to teach Gary more things that Toby needs so that he can tell me all of Toby's care needs all the time. I bet the birds could learn those buttons. Don't you think? Look at how pretty. Where's the yarn tail? Okay, this is how far we are into the second ball. So after we finish the second ball, we should feel... Honestly, I was hoping that it was going to be like 5 balls for both sleeves, like total, 2.5 and 2.5. And that would give me 3 balls per body piece. But now I'm feeling like, uh-oh. And what do I want to do? Do I want to do pieced, 4 pieces? Or, yeah, 4 pieces, sleeve, sleeve, body, body? Or do I want to do sleeve, sleeve, and then have the body just be 1 piece? Raglan or bottom up. Or crochet the body. Gary might be able to smell it. Maybe. Knitting eats more yarn? No, knitting eats way less yarn. I have 12 50-gram balls of yarn. And 12 50-gram balls of yarn I don't think is going to be enough for my sweater. It would be like 600-gram balls, which is like a normal ball. But 50 grams is how big these guys were. Knitting eats way less yarn, like 3 times less yarn. Or 1/3 of the amount of yarn. Get out of there, Beelzebub. That's my oatmeal. That's my breakfast. So get out. Go on. Trouble. Beelzebub, go away. I will spray you. Look, the water's right here, look. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. She's like, that's fine, I'll just poop on your shelf. I'll poop on one of your knickknacks. Rude. Yeah, I won't have near enough for my sweater, but it's just Bernat Premium Tweed from Walmart, so I can get more easily. I mean, yeah, except for when you do the math on it, it's so expensive to make your own sweater now. Like, I got mine $1 per ball because I got it at a thrift store. So I paid $12 for a sweater quantity, hopefully, of yarn. So, like, it was $12. Whereas if I had bought that yarn new, close to $5 a ball, would have been 5 times the price. Hi. So, I don't know that this sweater would be worth it for me to knit if it was going to cost me $60, but if it's costing me $12, that's, to me, seems worth it. Because I would buy a new sweater for $12. So if I could make one for $12, I know the time, blah, blah. I like the handmade aspect, so I don't count the time as part of the value. I just count the supplies, because part of the value in it for me is that I got to make it. You know, like, I could purchase a bespoke sweater from a professional knitter, right? And get a really high quality item. I'm not going to make as high quality of an item, but I like it better because it's mine. So even though I'm not going to make my wedding dress as beautiful as if some seamstress who is a wedding dress maker makes it, I'll still like mine better, you know? I just made a new stock of roasted crushed muesli. It smells great here, I bet. The yarn I have is leftover from a Christmas gift, so love. So counting it as free, which is, I love that. And then if I have to buy another 200-gram ball, it's like $6, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, to me, that's fine. If you have to buy one of them, fine. But if you have to buy a whole sweater quantity of yarn, like for crochet, a sweater quantity for me is like 9 100-gram skeins. To make a crochet extra large sweater, it's like 9 skeins, and that's a lot. It's a lot of, first of all, it's a lot of yarn. Second of all, it would be like 18 of these balls because it's 900-gram ones. Oh, a 200-gram ball, that's a big ball of yarn. I frogged an entire sweater before I moved so I can knit a new one. I don't think I could literally ever do that ever. I literally don't think that that would be possible for me to do. Knit an entire sweater and then frog an entire sweater. I think I could frog somebody else's knitted sweater, but I don't think I could frog my own. I think that would kill me. Just knowing how many hours of time went into knitting this sweater. Like, this sweater is going to take me just an ungodly amount of time to make. It was a giant rectangle. It fit horribly. Yeah, I'm almost glad I'm allergic to wool because it's a lot more expensive. So, yeah, it can be a lot more expensive, but a lot of companies have, like, bulk okay prices. So, like, you can get wool for $3 for a 100-gram ball if you buy 10 of them, which, do you need 10? Maybe not. But maybe you do. You know? I'm so tired. I'm sorry. I woke up very tired this morning. Most mornings I'm like up and at 'em. I wake up and then I'm awake. This morning I wanted to sleep in, which doesn't usually happen. I'm a morning person through and through. It's also acrylic yarn, so it's stretched a lot and I can make a sweater I like wearing more. Totally. Let's see. I made your hexagon sweater, but it did not fit me, so I frogged it and made a cardigan. Still making. Oh, it didn't fit? I'm sorry. That sucks. Well, thanks for trying making it. Stockinette is so nice. It's just over and over and over and over. I want to make a stockinette stitch thing on like 10mm needles with big fat yarn. I wonder how fast it would be to make a sweater like that. I made one for my niece. Went very well and she likes it. Okay, good. That makes me feel a little better. That could be a fun thing to remake. My hexagon sweater. Yeah, I'd love to find a place to get bulk to dye. I actually first found your channel when looking for dyeing with plants videos earlier this year and followed from there. Oh, that makes me feel awesome. I'm glad you like dyeing yarn too. I found who has given me a good price on bulk. I've had a good price on bulk from Briggs and Little and a good price on bulk from, I think, Knit Picks. Mary Maxim, I don't know if they had a good price on bulk wool. I think it was Knit Picks. I'm not even going to look it up. Why am I looking it up right now? Anyway, those are the two that I've used more than one time, is Knit Picks and Briggs and Little. But Briggs and Little is, as far as I know, just shipping in Canada. But maybe you can have it shipped to the US if you pay for postage. But Briggs and Little was nice. It's a little rough yarn, like in terms of how it feels, but it looks really pretty. If you want soft, smooth, like buttery yarn for dyeing, I would go for more Knit Picks. They have some good soft ones. I found you through your dyeing as well. I got stuck. Now almost 3 years. Well, thank you for joining. Thanks for coming and staying. And thanks for sticking around, even though my dye videos are less frequent than they used to be. It's definitely more crochet videos now, but thanks for coming and thanks for sticking around. And making dye is one of my favorite things still, so I can still do dye videos if that's still something you're interested in. I have a plan to get more black walnuts this week anyway. Hey, all of you, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. I'm here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. Same place, same channel, so click the thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. Thank you. Gosh, I remember you dyeing stuff in your Toronto kitchen. God, I remember doing that. Dyeing all kinds of yarn and all kinds of fabric in my tiny, tiny condo kitchen in Toronto. Made beautiful things there. We did. A lot of the things that we made were quite beautiful. A lot of the colors we got to do. With all natural dye stuff. We did like onions. I think we did carrot tops there. Totally. Mushroom shopping bag holder. Oh, is that how you found me? The mushroom shopping bag holder. I don't even know how long I've been here. Life on the farm with CJ and the chickens. Oh, that was quite some time ago now. Yep. I liked the short hair. I liked the short hair too. I cut off a lot of hair recently. Oh, hello. What the heck is that? Some plant, a piece of a petal. Where did a straw flower petal come from? Anyway, I cut off most of my hair while I was away. Don't know if you noticed, but I also liked my short hair, but I was also skinny. So I don't think I like my fat face with that short hair, but when I was skinny, I definitely liked the way my hair looked in a little pixie cut. But I do have the underside shaved still. See, look. Fully shaved. Those were the good times, though. Farm life. I used to love listening to CJ chase after Alex. I'm gonna go back and watch some of those really old ones to hear that, because Alex doesn't remember it quite as clearly as we do. When we talk about it, like, oh yeah, he used to attack you all the time, Alex goes like, yeah. But like, no, on the live stream, he used to like run after Alex and meow and attack him. And it was so funny. I mean, maybe not for Alex at the time, but for me, it was. I'm loving these little bits of yarn on here. I feel like that's pretty cute. Maybe we can have a reactions video. Lol. Oh my gosh, that's a good idea. Film us watching it. I don't know how to do that. I guess I'll have to figure that out. But that's a funny idea. There's a few really funny things that happened either on live or in our old vlogs. What is this spike? And where is the spike on this side? Hello, where are you? It's gonna make me crazy. It's already made me crazy, as you can see. Please hold everyone while I just try to look at how crazy these lashes are. They are like one giant, huge piece. Just pretend that they don't look crazy when I do this. Do you see? They're not the same. Why am I pointing it out? Why would I explain it to you that they're not the same? What if you didn't notice and now I've pointed it out? Hold on, let me just shove this one straight. Maybe that'll be better. Just hold on, everybody. Don't worry. I know what I'm doing. This is all going according to plan. Everything's going very well. Nope, can't fix it. It's just the way we're gonna look today. Sorry. A reactions video would be funny. Oh, how did you guys feel about the clips that I made? Are they glue-on or extensions? Oh, they're glue-on. I've been having fun gluing on eyelashes for the last, I don't know, a couple of months. I've just been enjoying trying it out. And I've been trying different like organizations and different shapes just for fun. And I find it easier to put it on and they last longer and stay more stationary than mascara does for me. So I don't like wearing mascara because I don't like how it feels on my face, but I don't seem to mind these false eyelashes. And you don't have to put any mascara on, which is pretty sick. Because then when I take my makeup off at the end of the day, I can just like peel the lashes off and then I already have, like right now I'm not wearing any other makeup on my eyes or my face. I'm just wearing eyebrows, lashes, and then I have blush. But I would never wear lashes like this out in public. These are a little bit intense for out in public, but I do have other ones I could wear out in public. I'm going to a 50s party this weekend. I need to try how to do my hair and how to get dramatic lashes. And yes, I have a petticoat dress. Ooh, how to get dramatic lashes without using lashes. What you can do is you can put your mascara on before you put any other makeup on. Put your mascara on and then either with your fingers or tweezers squeeze lashes together, like squeeze like 5 lashes into one, because the mascara will keep them stuck together. And then you can just stick together 5 lashes, 5 lashes, 5 lashes, and then you'll have like spiky, very dramatic lashes. It's crazy how much lashes make a difference. I used to do extensions and I loved them. Yeah, lashes make a huge difference to the way a face looks, which sucks because I don't want to have to put lashes on every day. I don't. I mostly put them on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But they last me all day now instead of just lasting me the stream. Like it took me probably a week or 2 weeks to get used to the feeling of them, and now I can leave the lashes on all day and just wash them off with my makeup as opposed to pulling them off as soon as the stream ends, which is how it used to go. Because my poor face hates having makeup on it. Did I tell you I went to my doctor's appointment and now my doctor wants to try and do some tests to find out if I have any autoimmune disease? Because all of my issues have been caused by inflammation and she wants to find the underlying cause of my inflammation, basically. Because I have carpal tunnel and I have tendonitis in my legs and I have sore hip joints and sore wrists most of the time, and I have sore ankles most of the time. And if I walk for too long, my knees and my hips start to like grind in a pretty painful way. And I've been having a skin reaction lately that is eczema-like, which is an inflammation thing. And then I've been getting recurring cold sores, which is also inflammation related. So the doctor's going to try and figure out why there's so much inflammation. And if it has anything to do with my hormones, or if it has to do with the fact that I may have some autoimmune disease and we don't know why. So we're going to try and find out. We'll see what happens. But I was telling her about my ankle, and then she was like, didn't you have something with your wrist a couple years ago? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, how are your other joints? And I was like, honestly, pretty bad. Like, I have paid most of the time. And then she said, okay, like, where? And I was like, I mean, most of the time my knees hurt. Like, just, they're usually around at a 4 in 1 to 10. My knees are usually at a 4 and my ankles are usually at a 4 or a 5. And my wrists on a day-to-day will go from like a 2 to a 7 and then back to a 2. But I would say my regular for my wrists is about a 2. And she was like, but you're in pain like at a 2 right now? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, but that's not why you're here today. I was like, no, we're here today to try and figure out the skin thing. She was like, but you're in a pain at a 2 at your wrists, and where would you say you're at? And we did the whole thing, and I was just like, I'm in pain most of the time. I just, what am I going to do? Not live? Like, I'm not in debilitating pain, but I am mostly in pain. And so she was like, that's not how everybody lives. And I was like, pretty sure it is. It's everybody I know it does. And she was like, no, your joints shouldn't just hurt. They should hurt if you like overwork them or injure them. But like, if you just had one joint that hurts, it could be an injury. But the fact that all your joints are kind of sore, she's like, you're not doing extraneous exercise. And I'm like, no, definitely not. I walk a chihuahua. That's my exercise. So anyway, she said, that's just something we're going to start looking into, see if there's anything going on that is causing multiple inflammation-related issues to occur comorbidly. So we'll see. So what's he guessing? I don't know. Didn't give me a suggestion. Could it be related to ADHD like Ehlers-Danlos? Don't know. Is Ehlers-Danlos an autoimmune disease? I've heard of Ehlers-Danlos. That's like extra flexible, right? I've already done the flexibility test with my doctor when I did the ADHD test because I'm hypermobile. Just anyway, not Ehlers-Danlos, just regular hypermobile. Unless it's an autoimmune disease, and then maybe she'll try to check. I have 2 knees, hips, and ankles, and lower back. My pain is mostly a 4 to 6. Great. Love that for us. Lol, when the doctors are shocked when you say the normal amount of pain, and they're like, normal amount is no pain. And you're like, wait, no, it's not. The normal amount is at least moderate pain in one location and low pain in 3 other locations. You know what I mean? Currently, my moderate pain is in my right knee. And then my low pain is my ankles and this wrist. And my neck is literally at a constant 6. It's just, that's who I am now. I'm just someone with neck and shoulder constant uncomfortable pain. Hypermobile for sure. My doctor said I'm hypermobile, but she was like, do you stretch a lot? And I'm like, no, I stretch the normal amount for someone who's in pain all the time. So like I do yoga every night to try and make the pain low enough that I get to fall asleep. If I don't do my yoga, I will wake up like quite stiff. So I do stretch every day, but it's just so I can fall asleep. It's not so that I can be the most flexible girl in town, you know? It's just so that everything can relax enough that I can fall asleep. Like after a physical day, I'll tell my husband my whole body throbs, like after you smash your finger, and he's like, how are you conscious? And you're like, I'm not. I'm not. Anyway, we'll see. If it's an inflammatory autoimmune disease, that means it's something that I can do something about by avoiding inflammation, which would mean there is hope. That's the exciting thing. Is like, wait, if it's, I get that not everyone's experiencing pain all the time, but I feel like a lot of people are. So to me, it feels like this is what normal is. The idea that if I like didn't eat foods that cause inflammation, my ankle could just stop hurting. Just saying. Cut all the carbs then. If you're telling me that the problems I have are because I have too much swelling in my world, get rid of it. I want it gone. Anyway. I I am excited about it. Just the idea that there's actually a thing to look for now, as opposed to just like, my skin is breaking out, here's a cream. My knee hurts, here's a pill. My hip hurts, here's a therapy. My wrist hurts, here's a surgery. Like, everything is like, here's the solution, but I'm like, maybe they overlap. I went keto for 6 months in 2018 and my body felt amazing, but I love carbs so much. I was sad. Are you doing increases or just straight up? Right now I'm doing straight up, but I did increases at the beginning. So I'll show you how I worked this. I did 38. I cast it on 38 with my purple yarn, which is thicker by quite a bit. I did 11 rows of knit, purl. Then I switched to my red yarn and I did knit 1, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over all the way around. So then I went from 38 to, what did we say, 76? What is it, Tobe? Come here. And then 76 I did, how many rows before another increase? This many. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did 5 rows, and is that the row with the increases? What is this? What's this? What's happening here? Why are you ugly? For no reason? You're just ugly? You're just an ugly hole for no reason? Why are you like this? Why do you look different? Why do you look so gappy? Close you up. What is happening? Why do you look like that? Okay, I'll fix that later. Anyway, 76, then I did a bunch more rows, then I did an increase up to 80, so I did 4 increases, like one at each of the 4 corners of my circle. There's no... Yes, sir?
You didn't receive a camera, did you?
No. So right now there's 80 stitches in my round. And that's the width. Here's what it looks like on my arm. See? So it's definitely baggy, but it's not going to be, there's not going to be any decrease. It's just going to be wide. And if anything, I'm going to be making it wider. But I don't know if I'm going to do an increase, what I'm going to do, or when. So for now, I'm just doing straight up until I get closer to where the armpit will be, and then I'll decide if it needs to get wider up there. Beelzebub, Gary, come here. Come on. Sadly, I have no patience to knit anymore, but I still admire people who do beautiful scarves and shawls. Oh, God, I love a beautiful triangle shawl, don't you? Gary, come here. Come here. Beelzebub, yeah, come here. Come here. Beelzebub, Gary, come here. Good birds, good birds. Hi, babies. What are you doing? Hi, baby. What's up? You're so cute. Beelzebub. You're so cute. Dancy dance. Dancy dance. You're so cute. Dancy dance. You're so cute. I think you would enjoy a beautiful, easy cable knit. You think I would enjoy a beautiful, easy cable knit, or you think Doninus. I read it as Adonis is what I've been reading, and like when I look at the word, because it's at Doninus, so I'm reading Adonis is what I'm reading. Well, every time I see it, because the at symbol looks like an A, so I'm reading Adonis. Are you saying I would enjoy it, or Adonis would enjoy it? Doni, it's enough. Donnie or Donnie? You. We could do a cable knit on the front, maybe. Do you know, part of me is wondering if I should have just done green for the cuffs and made this a Christmas sweater. And just said, this is a Christmas sweater now. Because don't these look like they could be decorations on a tree? And then with the, like, green for the cuff, it could be so cute as a Christmas sweater. That is a wide sleeve. Anyway, if we decide on that, that'll be a problem for another day, because we'll have to undo the cuff if we do that. And that is scary. Is cables easy or hard? A beautiful, easy cable. Are they knit and purl, or am I going to have to learn new stuff, Rebecca? I think I'm going to do a mix of crochet and knit for this sweater. Now that I'm thinking more about it, I think I want to do knit sleeves. So maybe I won't even worry if there's going to be enough yarn, because I'm going to be doing knit sleeves with this yarn, and then we'll see what we do with the body. It's just moving the order of the stitches, but they're still knit and purl. So it might be like what? Like knit, purl, knit, knit, and then the next one's like knit, knit, purl, knit. No, they look like confetti. It's a happy can't wait till spring sweater. Okay. I mean, I guess they are confetti, aren't they? Sprinkles, confetti. I will say I am liking the way it looks. Like, look at it this way. See how wide the sleeve is? Up by arm. So like, once it's up here, in terms of its length, you can see it still has, oops, we've lost a stitch, my lady. Please hold, don't fall off. And you as well, stay on. And stay on. Anyway, you can see the width for that. So I think it'll fit, Alex. We'll probably do another increase, like higher up. No, they look like confetti. Town equine. Well, I have to head out. Kids are getting rowdy. No problemo. Have a good rest of your day. Don't work too hard. Happy Monday, November 17th. Would you believe that? Cables are just left out loops you pick up later again. It's not complicated, but a bit fidgety. Well, I'm complicated and a bit fidgety, so I think I could probably handle it. Oops. I like this yarn a lot. It's very like me. These sleeves could have looked really good on my other sweater, because my other sweater is like a mix of yarn. This could have been a really good choice. Thank you. I couldn't figure out an easy explanation. Not complicated, a bit fidgety. Involves paying attention and counting. Those are troubles for me. Paying attention and counting. That's why I literally make my own patterns, because paying attention, she find it difficult. Toby, where are you? Toby. Oh, he's lying on the carpet underneath me. That's cute. Using stitch markers will help. I have cable. I have things for cable knitting. Like super big safety pins and stuff. Meant for cables. I have those things. I just haven't used them. No, thank you. Cable needles are helpful for sure. Okay, cool. Those birds, man. I'm just kind of hoping that I'm going to get really, really far on this second ball of yarn. And then I'm going to be like, oh, I barely even need 2 balls of yarn for a sleeve. That's my kind of like, my like dream. That's what's going to happen. But I really don't know if that's what's going to happen. I mean, I suppose I could do 2 balls of yarn per sleeve to start and then start the body. I don't know, man. You know? And this is a discontinued yarn. Not that I would ever buy it for full price anyway, but it's also discontinued. So even if I decided, actually, you know what, I do want it to, I won't be able to. But it is cute though. If it's not for Alex, it could make a shrug or a short jacket. True? It is for Alex, though. He deserves a new sweater, and since I kind of just stopped crocheting that sweater that I was working on. Where is it? It's right back. Right here, in this basket. Is this crocheted sweater that has gone into the timeout pile. How much farther till we're done this second ball? I'm so impatient, I can't just knit until I get to that point. It's like a very normal people thing, right? Just knit until you get to the end. No, no. No, I'll peel the ball to get to the end. Thank you very much. I have 0 patience. I have a little bit of patience. It's not very much. My grandma used to say, patience is a virtue. Possess it if you can. Seldom in a woman, but never in a man. Oh, the 1950s, how men were held to such a standard. Men aren't patient, it's just not in their nature. Only women can be patient. It's impossible for a man. Oh, the 1950s. What a world. My grandma would have had the most interesting Canadian childhood. Her dad was a coal miner, and her mom was a housewife, I think, because were you even allowed to do any other thing? Crazy time. The outfits were sick though. My grandma was always dressed very cool. She was a seamstress, so She could always wear the latest fashions because she could just make it. I think I'm going to edit for the rest of the day today. I'm going to try and get a video done for tomorrow. If I can't get a new video done, I will put up a clips video, but I have a video that's nearly done. I'm just like trying to perfect it, and I need to decide where and when to add music, because it's pretty good. It's a pretty video. Hope you'll enjoy it. Wow, I'm so pumped about this sleeve. Do you see how much knitting we did through this stream, and we've only got a couple of inches, if that? Look, there's the ball where we change from one to another. This is how much knitting we've been able to accomplish. That seems very slow. We had throwing gold, woman's gold, and it was to keep women from being frustrated. It had 17% alcohol, banned in the 1980s because of unhealthy herbs. That's funny. Women's gold. So that, yeah, we had, what did we have here? Xanax. What did women take? Xanax and cocaine. They're getting zooted out on Quaaludes and stuff. Drugs throughout history. To me, that looks a lot like my sweater. It looks a lot like my sweater, because to me it does too. It's reminding me of my other sweater. I'm waiting for the other half, Candace. To me, that looks a lot like your subscriber sweater, because that's what it looks like to me. These sleeves would have gone so well on it. To me, that looks like a lot of work. It is. I'd be much slower. I mean, I'd be much slower if it hadn't been for you guys teaching me how to do it continental. It's so much faster than the old ways. Coke and Coca-Cola, yes, drugs and other healthy stuff. Yeah, put drugs in everything. Coca-Cola really was a pick-me-up. I'm pretty sure coca leaves are still in there. They're just denatured so that they don't have any of the coca properties, but they still allow the coca flavor to flavor Coca-Cola, because Coca-Cola is a secret proprietary blend or whatever. So, yeah. Can you show the other way? I don't know the difference. Yeah. So the other way, you hold the yarn in this hand, and you go like this. Insert the needle with your hand, yarn over, pull it. Insert the needle, yarn over, pull it. Insert the needle, yarn over, pull it. So it's not horribly, terribly slow, but when I have the yarn in the other hand, when I switch my yarn carrying hand over here, I can increase my tension a little bit by having it wrapped around my finger, because I don't need to pick it up and wrap it around. I can just pick up the yarn, and then my finger can just wrap around it like this without any big work. And then I can just bring my needle over You see how much easier it is for the wrapping? It's the exact same wrap. It's just coming from the other side of the hand instead of with this hand. I have to leave. Have a good day, you all. Thank you, Laura. See you. Bye. Have a good rest of your day, Donnie. It's just much faster for me this way. I'm sure there are people who can do English knitting at high speeds, but I am not one of them. This is the speed I can do with Continental. Let me see how fast I can go. Do you want to do a count? When the minute changes to the next minute, when it changes to 38, I'll do 1 minute and I'll see how many stitches I can do in a minute. Let me just, oh, I can look at the timer here actually. I'll do it when it hits 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, oops, 34, 35. Okay, so I can do 35 stitches in a minute. When I'm rushing though, 35 stitches a minute. I feel like it feels like I'm doing more than 1 stitch every 2 seconds. I guess those big gaps where I have to do this take up a bunch of time. It looks like that because we're crocheters. The other looks like granny knitting style. I'm so used to seeing the tossing and moving. Oh, to seeing that in movies. Yeah. I'm used to seeing that one, the grandma knitting style also. $11.40. Who'da thunk? I hope I get my video done. I'm gonna work on it and I'm gonna do real good. I flick English. English flicking. Okay, so let's see English with flicking. I don't know how to make it flick. Do I wrap it on my finger more than once? I don't know how to flick. I'm not much of a flick expert. Knitting's so cool though. For a crocheter, I look at knitting and I'm like, it's so pretty and the drape is so nice. I crochet with yarn in the left hand and I knit with yarn in my right hand. I crochet and knit with yarn in my left hand. Now, I used to crochet with it in my right. I used to knit with the yarn in my right hand, but now I knit and crochet with both of them in my left hand. I don't know which hand is dominant. Oh God. Why? Why? I didn't even need to do that. That did not need to happen. Please hold, I need a napkin. Why am I like this? He told me why am I like this? Surprise, surprise. I made a mess. But look how pretty this is becoming. Gorgeous, simply gorgeous. And still all this yarn. Do a few wraps on my index finger. That's the other thing I like with this way is I just have it over my pinky and then the rest of the yarn is just being held with my item. So I find it has a really good tension. Are there items that are intentionally knitted with high tension? Like, are there knits where that's part of the project, where it's like knit tight, real tight, on purpose? I'm so glad we pressured you to knit. I am too. I love how it looks. Knit is such a beautiful fabric. And it looks so expert level to me. I feel like combining knit and crochet like I did for the subscriber sweater created such a cool but also professional look. And people always compliment me when I wear that sweater out. The sleeves are knit. What are you doing, Tobe? Come here. I'm glad you pressured me to knit also. It is very slow though. Even if my stitches are quick, the growth is slow. I feel like we're only growing like, how tall is a stitch? Like 1/2 centimeter at a time. With crochet, I feel like we grow like 2 centimeters at a time. Thank you everyone for clicking the like button today. I appreciate you. It's very nice of you, so thank you. If you haven't clicked the thumbs up, the like button, please do. It's down at the bottom, just over, hold on, right here. Just click over, hold on. Click right over here, down here, there's a thumbs up button, click that. You got this. I need to cast on the other half of my tank top I've been making. Is it 2 pieces stitched together? Where do the straps come in on that? You're knitting a tank top? That's pretty cool. I don't think I've knitted any successful thing other than sweaters. I knitted a top and I've never worn it in public. The only things I've worn out are sweaters. Knit sweaters are where it's at. Sorry, my earring's rubbing against my ear and I have to itch it. Thank you. What are you eating? I can hear Toby eating something. What are you eating over there? There's nothing over there for you. Stop looking for trouble. You have your breakfast right on the floor, right here. It's right here in your bowl, ready for you. I watched Harry Potter with my youngest, and Mama Weasley has so many cute crochet and knit parts of her outfits. He's probably eating dropped bird food, but dropped bird food shouldn't be exciting for him. It's seeds, bro. Or whatever birds eat. It's pellets. Seeds and fruit and stuff. Yeah, Molly Weasley she knows what's up when it comes to handmade things. That's doing pretty good. How long is this now? Just about 12 inches long. There's still a lot of way to go before we get to where we want to be. I'm just trying to see how much yarn there is before I get to my next ball. Cool. Well, at least all of this is from the current ball. This is a terrible idea, what I'm doing right now. Such a bad idea. It's definitely going to cause a yarn barf catastrophe. But here we are, barfing yarn together. I just want to know when my ball of yarn ends. Hopping off to do some garden chores. Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna go crazy if I don't know where it ends, so I'm gonna do this and then I'll rewrap it because it's just what's happening today. It's just who we are. Okay. Did you tie 2 donuts together? I tied 3 50-gram balls together, 3 50-gram balls together, 2 50-gram balls, 2 50-gram balls, 2 50-gram balls, for a total of 12 50-gram balls. I just want to see how much is left in this ball before I run out, because I kind of think maybe I'll just do 2 balls of yarn to start for the sleeves and then start the body to see how much yarn I need. Oh gosh. Hello.
Back. What are you doing? Huh? You know, shift the,
Ta-da! Okay, that's how much I have left in this ball. Look at how much dust has come off of just this ball. Those are seeds. So, something else was involved. Hold on, we'll put you right here. No, I'll put you right here. We'll put our sleeping kitty right there. And then we'll have my stitches right here. Bada boom, bada bing. Well, at least I know when this ball ends now. I don't know why I did it like this, where I tied the balls together when I was winding them. I should have just left them as 12 separate balls of yarn. I think I'm going to make a tea after the live stream, and then I'm going to sit down and edit and hopefully finish and export and get all the cool stuff finished for tomorrow. Oh my goodness, Gary. Honestly, that was probably Beelzebub. Wow, it glitched and changed my setting for you to 480. Oh, lovely. Blurry Laura, don't mind if I do. Hate that. Yeah, we don't need a 480. We want that 4K. Give me that 4K live stream. I want that high quality. Except at the beginning of the live stream. I just hate that it glitches so often. regardless of what the glitch is. We don't love the glitching. Thanks for coming back, guys. Appreciate you. I know it's gone a long time. Something alive outside, obviously. Beelzebub, Gary, come here. Come here. Birds, come here. Come on. Birds, come. Come here. Come on, birds. Let's go. Good birds. Good birds. I love when they come when I call them. Yeah. That's you. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Good morning. Get back here. We have a lizard that must live in the siding by the back sliding door. We have a lizard. Do you hear it? Making lizard noises? Or you mean you have a pet lizard that must live in the siding by the back door? What sound do lizards make? Like frog noises? Maggie and I like to watch it hunt flies or bugs and lay in the sun. Rebecca, I want to have lizards as our insect hunting creature. Oh, I would just let them live. I would just let them live in my home, eating all the bugs. My cat would kill them. My birds would probably also kill them. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Oh my goodness. Achoo. Achoo. Bless you. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of feelings there, Gary. I don't know why sneezing is one of the bird's words. Maggie would definitely try to eat it if it came in. Oh my goodness, chillax. Speaking of chillax, it's time for me to go. Here's how long we managed to do for the sleeve today. We got to the elbow. Not bad. Let's see if we can try and get this sleeve finished on Friday, huh? Troublemakers. All right, I'm gonna head out. It is noon, and as those of you who are not new here know, we get together Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. every single week, and then I put out tutorials on Tuesdays. So I'll see you all on Wednesday back here. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button on the video. It really helps the channel, and you're already here, so please click it. And otherwise, I will see you on Wednesday for another live stream, 9 a.m. Eastern time until 12 p.m. Eastern time, and come back tomorrow for a tutorial. So, love ya. See you next time. Bye.